So we have a very special video. We are doing a live chat interview with the author of the SwirlyCurly Method, Keziah Dhamma. You guys probably have heard me mention her like 1,000 times on the duration of my natural hair journey. I mean, it's been 4 years and I've basically known her that long. She's been with me basically every step of my natural hair journey. So this is very exciting, and it's exciting that you're now an author and have put out your first book.
Thank you so much, Joyelle, and thank you for allowing me on your channel and to speak to your audience. I have so many good nuggets for you guys. I can't wait to share it. And like Joyelle said, we just released our first official book, The SwirlyCurly Method, the easy step-by-step guide to getting the curls that you love. So you guys, I have so much information for you, and Joyelle is right. I've known Joyelle since the beginning of her journey. I actually saw one of her YouTube videos, and she had ordered our snappy hair ties. And then I saw her using it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love your content. I love your hair. I love your vibe. So I wrote her an email and telling her all that. And we've been basically like virtual friends since then.
Literally. But of course, you guys know, before we get started, please don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. And if you're the owner of a business, especially a black owned business, please send me an email at SharmaineJoyel@gmail.com. But let's start this interview. Alrighty, Keziah. So, like you said, I've known you since SwirlyCurly was snappy, and I've basically been through every product launch that you've had, and every product has been amazing. So it was really cool to like get to go through your book and kind of like delve in and have like reassurance of some of the things that I've gone through on my journey, or even some of the things that I do now. So great minds think alike. It's pretty awesome. So give us like a quick summary of the SwirlyCurly method.
Yeah. So the SwirlyCurly method um, basically is the 4 foundational principles that you need to get consistent moisturized curls. So there's a lot of products on the market. There's a lot of different routines. There's a lot of different ways to take care of naturally curly hair. And I found that there was 4 solid foundational principles. And if you did those every week consistently, you're going to consistently get results. You're going to get more defined curls, more moisture, and your hair is going to last longer throughout the week as well. Because those were some big issues when I started my journey. I was like, I don't even know what my hair is going to do today. It was literally a mystery. And I know, Joyelle, that you can say the same. And I'm sure our audience
Yeah.
is saying that you just kind of were rolling with it. Every day was different. And so I remember I would be like, I don't even know if I can go to work today. Or like maybe it was like I got asked on a date and I'd be like, I don't even know if my hair's gonna be okay. So um, it felt like there had to be a way. Like I see some of my friends that have straight hair or maybe wavy hair and like their hair's consistent. And I'm like, no, I know my hair can be consistent. I have hair and hair is gonna react like hair. And that's some of the things that I tell people in here. We talk about the 14 myths of natural hair. So there's myths that are floating around that don't really serve us. But maybe we'll get into that later. But there's 4 foundational principles that make it the SwirlyCurly method. And I'll let you guys know what those are actually. So the first one is cleansing. You probably have experienced this before where maybe let me just co-wash. Let me just use a conditioner in my hair for like an entire month and not actually cleanse
Yeah.
my hair because my hair feels like soft by the end of the week. Or you're afraid to wash out all the product that your hair is going to be more drier, if you wash your hair and things like that. So I
Yeah.
without washing my hair. And now looking back, I'm like, that was so gross. There's so much like buildup that happens with
Yeah.
products, all sorts of things, and cleansing hair once a week actually cleans your hair so you can have a clean slate to actually get moisture and hydration into your hair.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are wondering like about moisture and how to moisturize your hair, the first step is really just cleanse your hair once a week. Um, the second principle is the conditioning and detangling, and these go hand in hand because we know that there's no way we can really detangle our hair without some conditioner in it. So
Yeah. Need that
these go
slip.
hand in hand. Yes, you need that slip as well. So one thing that, we write in the book about this is that a lot of people tend to over condition their hair, and they tend to condition like way too much or too long. And we just tell people like all you have to do is condition your hair as long as it takes for you to detangle your hair. And of course, in the book, I get into like more about, deep conditioner versus leave-in conditioners versus regular conditioners and things like that. Um,
Yeah.
and then the third principle is styling. So it's in which order do you use your styling products and how to apply them to get the results you want. Because there's different, if you're applying like a leave-in conditioner and an oil, you're going to get a different result if you're doing a leave-in conditioner with a gel. So that's something that we go through in the book as well. And then the fourth principle is protection. How are you protecting your hair? Protecting it at night and hot, and what ingredients the product are you.
Yeah.
Um, and before, oh, I'm getting a pop up here. It's
Yeah.
having a great day. It was the tech writing me. Um, but before we go any further, I just want to let you guys know that Joya, and I totally forgot to tell you that we're giving away free books. So the books are free. All we ask you guys to do is pay for shipping and handling. And you guys who are joining right now and want to get your SwirlyCurly Method book, you can literally just text in right now, and I'm going to tell you the number. It's 833-589-1326, and you can get your free SwirlyCurly book. I'll send you the link right to your phone. So as we go on with the interview and everything, I'll let you guys know that number again, and we can put it in the show notes as well. But that's my long-winded answer, Joyelle, to your question about the SwirlyCurly method. Like, what is this about?
No, no, yeah, no, that was great. I actually made a note of the story in there where you said the lady left her deep conditioner on for a week straight. I was like, that is crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever had anybody tell me they've left a deep conditioner on for a week. Like, I've heard overnight, but a week? Like, that's wild. Like,
Yeah. So I had a friend that I met. She was like a new friend. And you know
mhm.
what? I'm just going to click out of some of these links because I can hear it's kind of, okay, maybe it's one of these other ones. Okay. So yeah, so you guys, I had a friend. She was a new friend that I met, and right when I met her, she was like, "Oh my god, I love your curls. They're so cute. Like, how do you get your hair like that?" And I was looking at her hair, and because she wanted to have her curls very similar to mine, and she's like, "You have a lot of volume, you have curl definition, and your hair feels really soft." So I asked her, I'm like, "Well, what's your routine? Like, what are you doing?" And the first thing she said, she was like, "Oh, I wash my hair and I put a deep conditioner in," and she told me the name, like the brand, and then she was like, "And then I just leave it in all week, and like I'll just style my hair, and maybe I'll just add a little bit of water like during the week." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I like gasped because I realized, long ago, I'm like, "Oh my goodness, she is really damaging her curls with that." So a lot of things that people don't know, or we thought, it's okay to do, is leaving a deep conditioner in overnight or all week long, because we think that the longer we leave it in, the softer our hair is going to be. And that's actually false, because what happens is your hair gets over conditioned. So the opposite effect can happen. So your hair can get conditioned, but then it can start to get over conditioned and get stringy, dry. It will start to change your curl pattern. So your curls probably won't be as spirally. They're going to start to be like more stretch and elongated. And this can just damage your hair for like the long run. So I always tell people, like, all you have to do when it comes to a deep conditioner is leave it in as long as you are detangling your hair, and that's it. You don't have to get out of the shower for an extra hour or two. You don't have to sleep at night with it, because again, doing this repeatedly is going to make your hair drier, stringier. It's going to feel like straw, and it can actually break. So it's like we are trying to solve the issue around dryness, but yet we're overdoing, the other things that can still dry our hair out, which is over conditioning your hair.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. And I was reading through the detangling part, the detangling chapter. You're talking about that and the whole finger detangling versus using tools. Like, I've I've always used tools. I've tried using my fingers, and my hair is just so thick. But I do use it like on my ends, but I don't know if I could do it like my entire head. But you seem to have a lot of experience with it. Like, can you give us some like 101s or like first person tips on like finger detangling versus your experience using like maybe like a Felicia Leatherwood brush or
Yeah.
just a wide tooth comb?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So, honestly, everybody's different in terms of their hair when it comes to the finger detangling. I've had sessions where I've totally just finger detangled my hair like all the way. And that's been great, but it definitely takes a lot longer than it would be to use a tool. So, my favorite way to detangle my hair and other people's hair, especially like my daughter and stuff like that, I'll start with a tool. So, I'll use, I actually love this. It's like a shampoo brush. Um, and I've been using this for years. And so it's round and it goes on the hand. And I'll use that to get through the majority of the hair. And in sections like around the crown where it gets pretty natted, once I kind of go through a little bit, then I'll just take my hands and I'll start to finger detangle to help break it up. If I feel like the comb is going to get stuck or it's going to start to pull out too much hair. And that's one thing with finger detangling. In my experience, I felt like a lot more of my hair came out than was needed. So I know that some people are like, hey, you have to finger detangle your hair. It's the best for your hair. I think a combination of the two is better, especially for like type 4 hair where we have a lot more hair. And if you have fine hair, I have fine hair. So my strands are pretty fine, but I have a lot of density. So I have a lot of fine strands on my hair. So, or on my head. So when I'm trying to finger detangle, it's like so much hair to work through that if I can just get a comb or a brush and work through that and then use my hands, I find the results are much, much better. It's easier, it's more time efficient and things like that. But in the SwirlyCurly method, we do say like, how to finger detangle and how to tool detangle because some people who have a looser curl pattern and have a lot. Hi, Bodie. You guys, my son is home from school. So, okay, I'll open the door later. Okay.
It's like just letting you know I'm
Like,
here in case you're
COVID
wondering.
from home never ends. Yeah, so my son's home from school and I'm in his room right now. So that's probably why he's like, "Can I come in my room?" He has like one of the best lightings. Okay, Bodie, mommy's doing a video, okay? And I'll be right out. Okay. So yeah, so I was gonna say some people who have like type 2 hair where it's wavy and then they have just less hair on their head. They might feel like a comb and a brush just isn't really doing it, and maybe they're faster just using their hands. So I have some friends who literally have like really small ponytails and they just go with their hands real quick. So you got to figure out what's gonna work for you. But from what we found is people that have a lot of hair on their head and have a tighter curl pattern benefit from doing both.
Okay, okay, good. Now I don't feel so bad about using a comb on my hair. It's just sometimes you're like, hey man, I need to like get through it. I've got my conditioner on, but no, for sure. I've heard amazing things about finger detangling. And then one of the other things that if you've been with my channel, you've heard me give this tip probably 1,000 times. It's the number one tip I basically give to anyone on their curly hair journey, natural hair journey is wear a bonnet at night. Please, please, please. Anybody who ever tells me they have their hair's dry, it's breaking off, they're having trouble with it. Usually they're A, not deep conditioning, B, they're not protecting it at night. Like they're just raw dogging it on a cotton pillowcase. So it's like, you want that protection between your cotton pillowcase and your hair. So you have lots of satin bonnets that you guys have actually I actually have one of them. It's like the only bonnet I wear now. And you talked a little bit about, the benefits of wearing a bonnet at night and the benefits of it on your natural hair journey. I don't know if you want to go in on that a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, goodness gracious. So when I started my journey, I, of course, tried to get away with whatever I didn't have to do. And a bonnet was one of them because I was thinking, my hair was so dry. you know, and I was still wrapping my hair at night. However, I was wrapping it with like scarves. I didn't have an actual satin bonnet. And sometimes you guys may have experienced this. You might go to a store and it might just say bonnet on there and it's not actually satin material. It might be a different material. So you guys got to make sure you watch out for that and you make sure it's a satin or silk, because I used to buy just bonnets and that's a totally different arena because it's just like different fabrics that maybe have like a certain soft feel, but it's not, it still has a cotton blend with it. And one thing that people really should know is that cotton is made to take the moisture out. So imagine, you know, when people are saying it's hot outside, oh my God, it's so hot, wear cotton, wear something like loose cotton fitting because it's going to help take the moisture out. It's going to let, you know, air flow and stuff like that. Whereas satin and silks, I feel like we've all maybe worn a slip dress before or some like a nice satiny silk shirt, and like you do not wear that on a hot day when you're sweating. It sticks to you. You're like, oh my God, it's so hot. So you can imagine why satin and silk work really well to keep moisture in your hair. So that's really important to keep in mind. And you know, during my journey, I was like, you know what? I want to see if this bonnet thing actually even works. So I took my bonnet off and I wore it off for an entire week and I just went to sleep and everything. By the end of the week, my hair was so crispy dry. I had already noticed breakage, especially on the bottom, like around like my kitchen area, and just like all through here, like um my whole like little baby hairs and my edges were just like they were just tougher and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, after that, I said, never again. I'm always going to wear a bonnet. And so I went and bought a satin bonnet and I kept it on my head every night since then. And on occasion, you know, throughout a year, I might miss wearing a bonnet, maybe like like 7 days in total. In total, but I always wear a bonnet because I just know that it's going to set me up for success in the morning. And of course, I know there's people out there that don't like bonnets, so I always recommend if you don't like a bonnet, do a satin headscarf. And in the book, I actually show you how to do a proper pineapple where it's actually covering your whole head so that like none of your hair is out and it's truly protecting your hair. And then if some people don't like that, a satin pillowcase is the next step. But you definitely have to have some way of protecting your hair at night and then also during the day, like depending on what hair accessories you're wearing. Make sure you're wearing gentle hair accessories. And I have all kinds of product recommendations in the book for you guys. So if you're interested, we'll put the link and the text number down below. And you know what, you guys, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, so I'm going to repeat it. So when you text in, I'll give you guys the number again. You got to text book, BOOK, to the number 833-589-1326 to get your free copy of the SwirlyCurly Method. And you just have to pay for shipping and handling, and we'll send it right to your doorstep. So yeah, I'm like, I think I forgot that part in the beginning, so I wanted to
Right.
make sure I got
No,
it.
no, you're good. Yeah, and like you said, everything will be down in the description for you guys. So if you need any of the links or any of the info, it'll be down in the description for you. But yeah, I wear my bonnet. It basically ends up like everywhere all over the house because like I'll just sit on the couch and I'll throw my bonnet on in case I want to like lay down on the couch or something. Like if I'm home, I almost always have a bonnet on.
That
So
is such a
so
good
yeah.
habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
always
then
protect your hair.
the other chapter I kind of took some notes on because I am totally guilty of using butters on my hair. But I know that with the swirly curly method, you kind of advocate for just the leave in or the styling cream and then like your gel, which is awesome. Trust me, anything to reduce the amount of like products on my hair, I am all for. I love butters though. I can't let go of butter. I can't let
Yeah,
go. It's so
I know.
hard.
I know a lot of
It's
people
so
have a
hard.
hard time when we recommend the products that are recommended in the book. So for those of you guys who are on, the Swirly Curly Method is the 4 foundational principles for caring for your hair, but there's also 4 foundational hair products to use and always have in your arsenal. And I'll explain them and why. And then I can also explain maybe why Joyelle likes the butter, and she can probably say also what it's doing for her hair and how it's working. But the 4 foundational products is a cleansing shampoo. So I really focus on cleansing shampoos. Most shampoos are going to cleanse your hair, but some are um, going to cleanse and also like strip your hair too much. So again, I know this is really hard to kind of figure out what is what, how to read labels and stuff like that. I do have product recommendations in the book. And Joyelle, we'll also have to give everyone your coupon code. So Joyelle has a 15% coupon code, and it's just Joyelle 15, right?
Joyel 15, Joyel 15.
1 5 for Swirly Curly. So that's our site where we have all kinds of products. So it's just swirlycurlyhair.com. And because I couldn't find a system that worked for my hair at the time that was all about moisturizing the hair, because when it comes to products and when it comes to anything in curly natural hair, so curl definition, moisture, volume, softness, like movement, retaining length, all of that, it all starts with moisture. If you don't have moisture in your hair, you're not going to be able to attain any of that. So if you've ever been on your journey and you're like, this is just not working, like my hair is consistently breaking, I can't get curl definition, my hair is straight and stuff like that. It all starts with moisture. So we actually made a moisture line. It's called the Mango Moringa Moisture Max line. And those are my number one product recommendations for everyone because it really helps with getting moisture into your hair. So we have a moisturizing, cleansing shampoo. So it cleans the hair, but it doesn't strip out all the natural oils. And you can even tell when you wash your hair, it's going to feel like soft, but also clean. So then you have your clean slate to then add your conditioner. Now, this is the second of the 4 products that we recommend. So you just want to have a conditioner in your hair. Add that conditioner in your hair, detangle your hair. And then the third product that's also part of the line is a styling cream. And now we chose a styling cream over a leave-in conditioner because we find that styling creams are a little bit thicker. And you're also styling your hair. You're not still conditioning your hair. You already did that. And I feel like that's very confusing. And I, in the past, have put like leave-in conditioners in my hair as a conditioner and didn't realize. So we wanted to differentiate. So you have a styling
Yeah.
cream to add to your hair. That's going to add more moisture back into your hair. And then we recommend a gel over anything else. Now, I know a lot of people have had, maybe not the best experiences with gels and things like that. Like there's too much crunch, there's too much flakage, there's too much, who knows what. But with our gel, we made it a soft hold gel. So it's still focused on moisture. And what it's there to do is really to help lock in the moisture, lock in the curl pattern, and also help elongate the curls. So that's the Mango Moringa Moisture Max line. So we have 4 products for the 4 foundational principles when it comes to SwirlyCurly Method. Now, I've met a lot of people who they say that, on their wash day, after they add the styling product or their leave-in, they might add a butter or an oil, and then they say that they still don't have curl definition. And what I basically say to that is like you definitely need to
Yeah.
a gel to help define the curls. And it might not happen immediately when you add the gel. You might just put it on your hair and you're like, oh my God, my hair's still like a big block. And it's because there's a process that your hair goes through when you are transitioning from using these really heavy butter oil based products, which a lot of the products on the market are. And if you have like type 3 and 4 hair, we are marketed these heavy buttered and oil based products because our hair is the driest. But as you guys know, you might use these products and your hair still might be dry. And you're like, this is like kind of helping, like it's enough for me to style it. But if you would actually switch your products out and focus on a water-based product like the Mango Moringa Moisture Max line, then you'll notice that yes, your hair is going to be dry for a couple of weeks, but then once it starts to get moisturized and hydrated, your hair is going to soften up. You're going to be like, "Oh my God, my curls like are changing. My hair is starting to feel like
Yeah.
softer at the touch." And even you'll notice like when you're detangling your hair in the shower, your hair and your strands are going to feel a lot stronger. They're not going to feel like they're going to like break. I used to have that experience. And then over time, your curl pattern is going to start to pop. And that's when the gel is really going to start to work for you. So those are the products we recommend. And Joya, I want to hear your thoughts on your butter kind of love and how you use it and how it's worked for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't necessarily use butters because it makes my hair feel like super soft because to me, maybe it's because it's, I've been on the journey for a while. I can tell when my hair's dry even when it has like certain products on it where it's just like kind of crunchy but then it's greasy.
Yeah.
I realized I kind of like the butters more so for they just hold the moisture in on my hair, but also it holds my twists and the ends of my twists really well. Like it just holds my braids and twists really well, and I feel like it stays in that style longer, like
Yeah.
probably a few days longer. So that's kind of like why I like the butters. And I feel like when I have a butter on my hair, like water doesn't like my hair doesn't stay super like the water's just not dripping off because it's just all sealed up on my head. So I just don't get the drippiness. But I mean, I've lived without butters before. I can do it again, but
Do you have low porosity or do you have high porosity hair?
I have low porosity, like duck feathers. Like I can stand under the shower head and it just kind of just pours off my head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and also that's such a great point that you made. I also tell people when it comes to the butters and the oils, those are used for more styling, like for twist outs, for braids and stuff like that. And that's exactly what you're using it for because I do find that that's going to help the style stay better. But for, my girls who want the wash and go or want to do a wash and dry, and the wash and dry is when you use like a blow dryer to help dry your hair, then I always recommend to focus on the gel. But yeah, if I'm doing a twist out or something like that, same. I will add a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil because it needs it to be able to hold that like kind of twist, kind of kink in the hair.
yeah, yeah. So what is I don't know, you probably can't give anything out, but like what's next for Swirly Curly? We have a book now. We've got a product line, we've got hair ties and afro scrunchies and bonnets. Like, are you gonna put a kids line out now? Is that
Yeah.
gonna be like a thing? Like I've honestly been like, okay, she had her third.
Yeah.
Maybe a kids line, like just I don't know. I don't know unless the mango line is actually gentle enough that you could just use it on kids. So I don't know if that was kind of part of the launch for you was to make the kind of like a dual everybody use kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the mango line is able to be used on kids, and in fact, we've tested it on our one, like my 1-year-old and stuff like that, and it's been totally fine on her hair. So it's
Mhm.
1 years and above. I didn't recommend it for anything lower than that because I feel like before they're one, they just don't even need that much.
Yeah, it's like water in a brush. There
Yeah,
you go.
and yes, and I know, like, yeah, like my kid's hair before it was just like so short. I mean, unless you're blessed with your baby having long hair in the beginning, they typically don't have much
Yeah.
until after about one. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so that's a great question. So yeah, we are actually going to start marketing the product for kids and families and stuff like that. That was actually something we talked about. Now that we got like test results back and we've tried it on different people and they said absolutely like their kids' hair is fine. Like there's no reactions to it and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
and some of the other things that we're working on. So yeah, so we just released the book. So we're, sharing the book, giving away free books to everybody. We just want to get it in as many people's hands as possible because truly for us, it's all about educating our community because so many people are so lost. Like there's so many products on the market, but yet if you don't have the right techniques and tools on how to use it, then you're probably going to think it doesn't work for you and you're probably going to feel defeated and that your hair is just not working. So I want to
Yeah.
let you know that that's not the case. It's just that you don't have the education, the knowledge yet to know how to apply everything and get the results that you want. So, Swirly Curly Method book is here for you. And then, along with that, is we started doing master classes last year, and we did like a handful of them, and they went really, really well. And we took a break, and we were just revamping everything. So we're starting those live trainings up again. So on the live trainings, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get moisture to your hair, or we're going to be talking about hair growth, or we're going to be talking about styling. So for the next few months, we're going to be focusing really just on education. Like we're going to do a big educational push. And then on the product front, again, we are working on a quick absorbent oil. So most oils actually just sit on top of the hair. And again, we talked about moisture.
Yeah.
not moisture. So we wanted one that's actually going to be able to penetrate and go through because oils, I mean, you can imagine it's a really thick element just sitting, on the hair. So
Yeah.
we're making it so that it can seep in and it can really hydrate. And then we are working on a deep conditioner as well. We've
That
been
was my next question. Yep.
Yes, everybody's been asking for this deep conditioner, and I've tried it and I've been using it for the past few months, and it's so good. I'm like, "Oh my god, this
Oh
is
my
so great," because it's, like, really thick,
god.
and you put it on your hair and it, like, stays on your hair, you know what I mean? Like, when you're
Yeah.
in the shower, it stays, and then it's, like, slippery, so you're, like, able to, you
Yeah.
know, not condition, detangle a lot sooner. And
Yeah.
then we're working on a refresher spray too. Like a
Okay.
nourishing refresher spray. Yeah, so that's what we
That
have
was
in
my next one. I was like, refresher sprays and deep conditioners. Like,
yeah,
that's what you
yeah,
should do.
that is definitely gonna complete the Mango Moringa Moisture Max line.
Yeah. If you have a kids line, you call it mini mangoes.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love that. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough with all the crazy ideas. But but yeah, that's so exciting. This was so nice to interview you and get to pick your brain about your book and stuff like that. I mean, you've put in so much work and Swirly Curly has just been, I mean, to me a blessing in my natural hair journey. It's
Thank
been
you.
amazing to collab with you and see your business grow, and thank you for putting all your information into one big book for everybody, and we can, learn some new stuff. So,
Yeah, thank you so much, Joyelle. And, I'll just say it one more time for you guys that wanna get your book. You guys just have to text "book" to 833-589 589-1326. I was like, "Let me not say this wrong." So, yeah, and you guys can get your free copy of the Swirly Curly Method, and again, Joyelle will put the link and the text number down below for you guys. And you guys, if you wanna check out any Swirly Curly products, please use Joyelle's code. It's giving you 15% off whatever you order, your entire cart. And, for those of you guys, I know some of you guys might be asking about the book. I do wanna let you guys know it is also a picture book. So it's like a tutorial guide, and it's going to show you how to do certain things as well. I forgot I wanted to really tell you guys about that too. All
yay!
right.
Awesome. So yeah, don't forget to follow her on Instagram at Keziah Dhamma, and you can also follow them at Swirly Curly Hair on Instagram. Don't forget to join us next week for our masterclass. Don't
Oh,
miss that.
yes. How did we forget to say
Yes.
that? Oh my
So the
God, you guys.
29th, right? Wednesday, the
Yes.
29th. Yes. So,
Yeah.
and I'll put out reminders and everything. I'll put out posts on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So
Yeah. And we'll
there will be
schedule the
reminders.
event.
So
We'll schedule it today so that they know that next week it's coming.
yeah, perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so
Awesome.
much for joining. I hope that all you guys have enjoyed today's interview. Please stop by Swirly Curly, just to check out the website. But keep blooming, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
All right. Bye, everyone.